Hello, my lovelies.
If you're looking for a quick beach escape near
That
London,
almost has the same vibes as Cornwall.
trust me, I was there 2 weeks
Look
ago.
no further because I have found the one.
Let me run it back for you with all the juicy details.
Our trip starts on Sunday
It's
afternoon.
an hour and a half long train journey to
Guys,
Cannes.
I took these clips literally just after my friend told me that she'd missed her train.
I was going to be arriving in Broadstairs all by myself.
Of course, I had to stay dressed for
and
the
after
occasion.
finishing my cheese toasty and reapplying my lip combo, we were basically
Thankfully,
already there.
my friend only arrived an hour after I
It wasn't
did.
too bad because we went straight into the Cannes cocktails and Instagram pictures.
Bought the cocktails from a premiere right by the train station,
where we also stocked up on some snacks.
which was very convenient.
Honestly, my top tip if you decide to visit Broadstairs is to do the
But
same.
for the
rest of the day, that was the only corner shop that we came
So
across.
if you're looking for some cheap snacks, I would recommend you do
We
the
also
same.
stopped by this lovely fruit shop, which I would highly recommend you visit.
I got some dragon fruit and it was my first time trying this.
If you're interested, I tried it and reviewed it on my page just a few videos back.
Broadstairs has a lot of really small shops.
Really, it feels like a spot that isn't really overrun by tourists.
It was genuinely quite quiet the day we came.
which was literally on the weekend.
And
And honestly, if you're looking for something to remember your trip by, these shops are
we
great.
spent the
first part of our day just wandering in and out of a few
Even though we
planned this beach day weeks in advance, we completely forgot
Now,
to bring
I had the
beach
bright
towels.
idea of looking in some charity shops.
And they sold towels, but just not the type we were looking
See, the
for.
town is very quaint and the shops are very cute.
Definitely lots of things you can get to remember the trip
Including
by.
these postcards.
But some of the jokes were kind of
And
questionable.
like I said, Broadstairs isn't that popular.
even though it's literally home to the homes of Charles
as
Dickens.
in the famous author.
For whatever reason you don't know who Charles Dickens
I'm
is.
just going to assume you didn't have a childhood.
While we didn't go into the Charles Dickens Museum,
We
definitely went into the first gelato spot that we could
Now, I am
find.
personally a sucker for anything mango or passion fruit
And
flavored.
because this was my bestie's treat, I got 3 scoops.
a scoop of mango, a scoop of hazelnut, and the scoop of the
which was
day.
some sort of forest fruits
I
flavor.
will say, if you're coming to Broadstairs with kids in mind, this is definitely a kid-friendly
there
spot.
were a bunch of inflatables on the beach,
Well as some sun lounges,
so the parents can relax while the kids have fun.
Anyway, this wasn't the beach we actually ended up staying
because
at.
even though it was pretty empty, it just wasn't the vibe for
we were
today.
personally fancying something a little bit quieter.
Now there are several beaches in the area,
but we ended up at Botany Bay Beach.
Look at these stunning views and these cliffs.
And again, somehow my friend and I got separated.
We
We accidentally ended up booking 2 taxis, which came at the same time.
Long story short, I would recommend that you book your taxis in
or
advance,
at least call up an hour to 30 minutes before you plan to take the taxi.
because Ubers in this area are non-existent,
and the taxi services were often unavailable.
If you're interested, the taxi was only £6.10 for me.
But my friend got charged £9 for her taxi.
While I was waiting for her to arrive, I pulled out my camera and took some shots of these gorgeous views.
Like, just look at these cliffs.
And like I said, this really isn't a touristy area, so these beaches were even emptier.
Also a golf course in the area and some castles if you're interested in the cultural side of
However,
things.
my friend and I headed straight for the beach.
I hope you guys like my Union Jack beach
It
spread.
somehow matched perfectly with my outfit
Girlies,
today. Like I said, I don't come prepared for these
This
things.
was just
a happy
The
coincidence.
red lip, the blue top, and the white.
I swear I didn't even plan for it to be this cohesive.
I actually bought the flag on the day because I didn't have a
After
towel.
chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool for just a
Went
little
into
bit.
the water and did some cutesy stuff.
The beach, like I said, was actually almost
And towards
empty.
sunset, we were definitely some of the only people left.
Spending the evening watching the sun go down over the cliffs on the
And
beach.
washing the sand off each other's
we
feet.
found this lovely Turkish restaurant.
And it may
not look like much, but
I
guys,
got the mixed sheesh.
this food was amazing.
Even gave us complimentary pistachio Turkish
highly
delight.
recommend.
Toodles!